What up, EYHA coaches? First off, great to see everyone this last week at our coaches meetings. Wanted to do a quick video here covering day 2 of our EYHA evaluations. For those who started last night, phenomenal job during day 1. Our evaluators were really able to take a deep dive into the players and get a good start. So thank you for all the work that you have done thus far. Let's get right into it. So day 2 tonight, we're going to get into competition. We're gonna level up our compete level a little bit. Obviously, want to continue to maintain skills as much as possible, hockey IQ as much as possible as well. But we really want to make sure that we're competing and we're getting a lot of 1-on-1, 2-on-2s, 3-on-3s incorporated. So we can't just hop right into small area games. So what we're actually going to do is just quick skating drill to get things started. I want coaches to split our groups up immediately at the start of practice, put them into 4 groups, try to coordinate by color as much as possible. First drill here, pretty simple, right? 4 corners on the blue line in the neutral zone. We'll have our opposite side corners go at the same time. Okay, we'll have cones in the neutral zone as well. All we want here, high tempo, over speed, building crossovers, or using crossovers to help build speed. Just do a circle, go right back to your same line, right? Let's keep it simple. Let's just get the blood flowing a little bit. We'll have, the opposite corners go at the same time. I would recommend only sending 3 players at a time. Don't send the entire line, right? So there's not any traffic inside of the neutral zone. 1, 2, 3, boom, boom, boom. Send those 3. If you still have extra players, which you will in the line, finish that line before moving to the opposite side. Forward each direction times 2. So we're going to go forwards this way, boom, forwards this way, boom, backwards this way, boom, backwards this way, boom, right? 4 skates. All right, get the blood going. Then we're going to move right into a 1-on-1 drill here. All right, so this is 1-on-1 with a pass from coach. So as you can see, we're going to set up on both sides. I am positioning my cones off center to get started. All right, this is going to be a progression. If necessary, we can change that. Coaches will be lined up with their pucks behind the cones. You're going to start one player on the blue line to the inside, one player on the blue line to the outside. I don't like using the words forwards and defense because I think we get too caught up on, oh, this player is a defenseman or this player is a forward. So they're just players, right? This player is going to try and gain control of the puck. This player is going to have possession of the puck, and they're going to ultimately try to get to the net. So we'll start again. You don't necessarily have to start this drill on the whistle if you don't want. You certainly can, but each group can flow independently since there is no overlapping from the 2 sides. So start on the blue line, player to the outside, boom, hard around the corner. I want the coach to either make a direct pass or I want them to bump it off the boards. I don't want them leaving with the puck off the blue line. I want them to be able to build a little bit of speed, tight turn around the cone here. And again, their mission is to get that puck to the net, get a shot. My inside player here, same, up, hard around the cone. All right, angle them to the boards, gain possession. Okay, again, we don't just want them to slap the puck away and the drill to be over. We actually want to encourage our players to the inside to try and gain possession of the puck and skate it back out of the zone. If anything, just say defense. If you gain possession of the puck, you have to bring that puck back to me as the coach. All right, and again, let them battle a little bit. Okay, so if we just lose control of the puck as we're entering the zone, encourage the players to continue on, and we're going to rock that out of both sides. So again, I'm starting the cones off center. If you notice that this D is actually, well, you just said you wouldn't do that, that the inside player is way ahead of way ahead of the other player here, and they're gaining kind of, leverage in the zone, and they're meeting them, directly as they're coming around. I think it's totally okay to move that cone back and make it actually more of a race. I'm not encouraging transitions, but that could also be a progression if you want to keep these cones off center, maybe even slide it back down. Inside player is going to come up, completed transition. Now we're facing like a true 1-on-1 as they're entering the zone. Again, that's going to be a good progression. Have really outlined here. I did say all 4 players go on the whistle. Again, not necessary, especially to keep pace of play. But biggest thing here, let the players finish the drill. Encourage them to finish the drill. Make sure that those D are, if they get possession of the puck, they're skating that puck out. Even encourage the player to the outside who's has control of the puck to start the drill, to back check them back out of the zone again. As long anything they can do to ultimately try to set themselves apart. Again, each age group, right? We have as coaches, it's our responsibility to make sure we're positioning this drill to the skill of the players that are participating in it. Second one here, again, another one-on-one drill. Forwards, again, I have outlined forwards and D. U10 particular, this is a really important message. U10 in particular, let's make sure players are playing every position. All right. And also when we get to the scrimmage in day 3, please encourage all players to play every position. And I'm going to put the responsibility on the coaches on the bench to make sure that one player isn't getting stuck always playing on the back or always playing on the front, but we're actually encouraging them to make sure they're playing every position. So players on the outside on the red line, defense on the inside here. Okay. Everything, this one definitely will be on a whistle. All right. Because we want to make sure all 4 players are leaving at the same time. Okay. And again, cones, you'll see I put a lot of cones in my drills. And the majority of the reason why I'm putting cones in my drills is to encourage the players to provide kind of guidelines, if you will, at times, right? As we get a little bit more advanced, we can start removing some of these cones, but to make sure timing is proper. So we just have 2 cones on the outside here for our forwards, right? Just right in the middle of the ice, forward with possession of the puck, right? Their mission is just to skate hard around the cone, get to the net, right? Get the puck to the net. Okay. Our D here is going to start right with them. Now there's a bunch of different ways we can do this, right? We can have the defenseman skating forward all the way, meet them, angle, right? That's one way to do it. We can have the D start forwards, come up, transition backwards. Now we're playing a true one-on-one. And the last component is we can have our defensemen start backwards, boom, hard around, and now they're skating backwards the whole time, right? The last one, kind of progression number 3, if you will, it's definitely an advanced move. So let's make sure we're doing that for our group ones, you know, kind of the players that have established the ability to start, you know, with some crossovers backwards and really get on build some speed skating backwards as well. So again, this is going to be at the discretion of the coaches leading the drill, but ultimately we want to make sure that our players are meeting, you know, right as they're coming across the red line, right? And we're at least presenting some sort of battle, some sort of one-on-one exchange as they're going to the net there. That again will be on the whistle. And as I said here, I'll just highlight it, encourage players to play all positions. That ultimately then leads us to our 3 stations. So down in station 1, pretty simple, a controlled 3v3. And the only reason I'm saying controlled is because I don't want our coaches to just be dumping punks at random, right? I actually want to create a controlled environment so that our evaluators have time to take notes. They have time to actually evaluate the players. So it is, you know, again, pretty standard 3v3. After each goal, after each exchange of new players that are going on, I want to see a puck drop. So let's make sure we're dropping the puck. We're setting our players up appropriately, and we're dropping the puck to kind of initiate the play has begun or the play has ended. Now, the exchange of this would be if the puck goes out of the zone, I'm fine with the coach dumping a puck back in the zone. All right. So you don't need to just sit there and drop it every single time. But if a puck goes out, then you can dump it in. But again, we want to try to control this game as much as possible. So this would be group 1. Group 1 would play on this side. Then after the whistle for the next station, group 1 would move right here to the far side. This group is going to move down to station 2, this to station 3. Station 3 would then come in. So each group will play 2 stations at the 3-on-3. Number 2 here, very simple, at least in my opinion, one-on-one with mini nets. And again, a controlled environment, right? So we're providing boundaries. So what we want to do inside of our competitions at evaluations this week more than anything is not just give kids 1 rep, but we actually want to encourage multiple reps. So it's going to be a 1v1 inside of the cones. Again, I would encourage putting cones, right? Cones help our players kind of understand the boundary as opposed to just the line, which you would think would help. And then these are going to be mini nets, not big nets, mini nets. And we're going to play 5 or 6 one-on-ones with the same group of kids. They can score on either net, but again, we're just compete level, encouraging them to pick their head up, call for passes, right? Coaches, you can make direct passes on the dumps if you want. You can just dump it into the playing zone if you want, however it works. The only component I'll add to this is just making sure that our players are going up against different players every time they get a chance. All right. So making sure they're not always playing the same people, but one session of a player 1v1, they should get 5 or 6 different pucks. All right. And they should compete And then that moves us to number 3 here. So very similar idea. Okay, let's with some cones, we're going to create kind of a controlled playing zone here. Player 1, player 2, coach with all the pucks. All right, so there's 3 progressions. Progression 1, progression 2 are the exact same. Coach will dump a puck into the corner. They're going to battle for a one-on-one. Whoever maintains or whoever gains possession of the puck, they're going to make a pass back to coach. All right, that's progression 1. Then the players immediately come back up to the cone, get started again. Coach will dump the puck back in. Same exact players. Again, they're going to fight for possession of the puck. Whoever gains possession of the puck, make a pass back to coach. That's progression number 2. Boom, players come back to the cone. Right as they get right back to the cone, coach will dump the 3rd puck in. Then the player who gains possession of the puck is going to be tasked with skating it out one of the 2 end zones here. All right, so I had put kind of, this looks like a pad. That's because this tool unfortunately doesn't switch. But we can put either like the little stick handling tools, and they got to slide the puck under the stick handling tool and catch it on the other side, right? We're not shooting. But the 3rd progression is that they have to exit through one of the 2. So again, it's going to be 3 one-on-ones against the same exact player, a little bit of a different controlled environment here. So this can easily turn into a 2-on-2. I would actually encourage it to turn into a 2-on-2. I would also encourage potentially even having a 2-on-1 as well. So that we can see our players working together. But again, the emphasis at the start of the drill, one-on-ones, battle, gaining possession of the puck, picking your head up, tape-to-tape passes with the coach, get back, do it again. All right, that should do it. I will be available. Please reach out with any questions you may have. And I look forward to seeing everyone tonight and this week.